Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another video. I didn't expect to make this video. I did say that sometimes things come up and I end up talking about stuff that maybe I didn't expect to talk about. So this is one of those videos. It's technically Street Fighter related, although it's more, I guess, Crunchyroll related as a whole. I've started to see a lot of comments today talking about the closure of another game. I think it's called Precon or Prycon. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it right. Don't get on at me for my pronunciation. But people are basically, how do I put this? Doom posting because of what's happened in that game. It's causing people to doom post, get a little bit worried about how it might potentially affect the future of this game, or how it could translate to the future of this game. Now, me personally, I've actually just been through this very recently with another game, the Sky RPG. I was the main content creator for that game. I was one of the only people that stuck around, basically, so by virtue of me continuing to do it, I ended up having the largest following for it. And to be honest, I always thought the game had a bit of a sure footing because in Japan they hit 4-year anniversary. Global wasn't even 2 years old, so naturally, being 2 years behind or a year behind, whatever, I thought, well, we're fine. No, 3-year anniversary, sorry. I thought we're fine, we've got at least another year of content, so if Japan ever shuts down, we're at least going to know a year in advance. And no, it didn't happen because Bolt Trend are awful and they like to close games. So that game, although they've not officially announced it yet, they're doing the whole cycle that these games do where they'll rerun content, not add anything new, not do update posts. So end of service is coming, right? Everyone knows it now because I leaked it. Oh wait, I lost. Awesome. That's what we like to see. Yeah, so that happens. It sucks. It absolutely 100% sucks. And you know, it really kind of dampens people's spirits. However, what I'm going to say is, one game closing doesn't necessarily mean anything at all for the other games that are run by that company, okay? Now, I personally wasn't aware of the history of Crunchyroll before starting to cover this game. I've subsequently found out that it's a little bit checkered. There is some things that maybe link them a little bit to Bolt Trend. So, because of that, because I've been through it, because I've made content, I've had people following my content for advice, people who look to content creators like me to, I guess, help influence what they're going to do, I thought I should make this video and talk about it, right? So first off, I just want to say that really you can't really draw anything from the situation with this Precon game and correlate it to anything that's happening in Street Fighter. Right now Street Fighter's doing well, so the game will do fine, right? Clearly nothing's going to happen to it until revenue starts to drop off, right? Now you can take this advice and apply it to literally any gacha title. Any. Doesn't matter if it's Dokkan, doesn't matter if it's Legends, doesn't matter if it's that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Doesn't matter. This isn't solely based at Crunchyroll published games. What I would say is, if you are someone who, in your head, cannot deal with the fact that gacha games are going to close, because they're all going to close, they're all going to shut down, right? You probably shouldn't play them, right? That's my first piece of advice I want to give you. Secondly, if you know that, however, you have in your head that you need a certain amount of time, right? You need a game to be going for 3 years, 4 years for it to be worth your time playing it. What I would say to you is, be a free-to-play player. If you are totally free-to-play, as long as you're having fun while you're playing the game, if they announce end of service after 2 years, you've not lost anything. You've not even lost your time because you are having fun with your time, okay? If you're someone who's playing the game out of habit and you're not enjoying it day to day, then I really don't know what to tell you, you know? You should be playing games because you find them fun, not because you think they're going to last like 3-4 years, whatever. There's no guarantee that any game's going to do that, you know? These are technically classed as games as service, right? They're ongoing, they can pull the plug on them at any time whatsoever, they've got no responsibility, no care to the player base. The only thing they care about is revenue. That's a universal truth that applies to whether it's gacha games, whether it's games like Destiny, or anything else that's considered a game as service. As soon as they're not making enough revenue, the games are going to close, right? That's it, plain and simple, right? And if you can't deal with that, if you can't, then honestly, the best piece of advice that you can take away from this whole situation is give up on gacha games. Don't play gacha games, because they're all going to close. There's not many Dokkan battles out there. Like, how that, I mean, we know how that game's still going. That game's still going because it's obviously hard carried by the Dragon Ball franchise. The developers have made changes and things that keep players engaged, which is great, but not many can do that. Not many games can pull that off, right? The only other kind of gacha game that I know that's been running for a really long time, and God knows how it's still going, is Walking Dead Road to Survival. I thought Scopely would have killed that game years ago, and somehow it's still going. I don't know how. I played that game like 5 years ago and it's still going, which blows my mind how that's even possible. But they are very rare. They are very, very rare. They're all going to close. All of them. Street Fighter will close. Whether we get a year, 2 years, 3 years, we've got absolutely no way of knowing that right now. So the best thing that you should do is you should say to yourself, if I spend money in this game, am I going to get enjoyment out of it here and now? If the answer's yes, spend money if that's what you want to do. If the answer's no, you need that money to be long term. Have an account that you can still use in a year's time and you're still benefiting from that money that you spent, then I'm sorry to tell you, it's not going to happen. It's not, because you're not going to gain more value out of that money you've spent. You need to enjoy the money you've spent in the here and now. And if the game closes down in the future, it's fine. It's fine. With Disgaea, I had people saying, wait, the game closed down after 2 years? Well, I've just wasted 2 years of my life playing this. How? I don't get it. Like, if you had fun during that 2 years, then you never wasted anything. You had fun, you played a game, and that was it. If your entire 2 years playing is all about building to the next year and the next year, then I can totally see how you would be let down and disappointed. You know, things that you enjoy, things that are fun being taken away, obviously sucks, right? It really, really sucks. But if you're not financially invested into it, then at worst, you'll lose your time. But if your time was spent in an enjoyable way, you've not lost anything. You know, you've had fun, you've been able to enjoy playing the game, and it really shouldn't affect you worrying about this type of thing. So, again, what I say to you is, if you feel like you can't trust Crunchyroll, you can't trust A+, you can't trust Bandai Namco, because they do it as well, they close games as soon as they don't hit revenue targets. If you cannot trust these developers or publishers based on either reputation, a gut feeling you've got, whatever, don't spend. That's it. Play the games. Why not? Play the games. Go free to play. Play the games. Have fun. Just don't spend. It's that simple. Then, if they do pull the plug, as I said, absolute worst thing that's happened to you is you've lost some time. And if you had fun, you've not even lost that time. You had fun, you play the game's over, that's it. Simple as, you know? Anyway guys, all I'm trying to say is, don't worry about it. Don't start doom posting. Don't start thinking, oh my god, this game closed, so that means this game's going to close as soon as it doesn't make enough money. I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that. What I will say is, Street Fighter is obviously a huge IP. Sometimes IPs can carry a game. Maybe that'll be the case here. Who knows? Absolutely no idea. But if this is something that's a key worry for you, make sure you go free to play. That's the best thing you can do to protect yourself, and you'll be all the happier for it. Anyway guys, last video. Didn't think I was going to do this one, but I've already seen comments starting to roll in, so I thought I'd get ahead of it. This is it. It's done. Catch you in the next one. Peace.